as a man of detail, how in the world did it come about to even look at revising the rules, which were outdated, and there was a lot of them?
Yeah, so this was, I have to give credit to my bureau director, Larry Horvath. It was something that we did on the health facilities side, consolidating the health facilities rules, looking at what really is important and trying to simplify them, shorten them ideally, right, but still maintaining resident safety. So that was kind of the driving force. Well, we did it in health facilities, now it's time to do it in adult foster care. So that's where the idea came from, and I remember having that conversation with Larry and going, oh boy, this is going to be a big undertaking, because a lot of the rules haven't been touched since the 90s.
Wow.
And so they were pretty dated, some dated terminology, and anytime you do something like this, you know, you got to bring in a lot of people, right? Because there's a lot of different ideas, and the more ideas you can get, the better, right? Like to make this the best product. And so we brought it up at the Adult Foster Care Advisory Council, and the Adult Foster Care Advisory Council really liked the idea. We created a little mini work group with some Adult Foster Care Advisory Council members to work on the draft, and then we had some internal staff on that work group too. And then once we kind of had that draft, we shared that with provider associations, our internal staff, and some other individuals to get feedback. It's amazing how wording matters, right? Like you can go through something and it makes sense to you, but it doesn't always make sense to somebody else. And so there was several revisions. It took over 2 years to kind of come up with that final product. And then once you get to that final product, there's a whole rule promulgation process that takes time. That includes internal reviews from the JCAR, which is a legislative body that reviews those rules. And then we had to have a public hearing and got feedback from that public hearing.
Wow.
But we also did a webinar. I think we had over 550 people present at that webinar before that public hearing. So luckily when we got to that public hearing, there wasn't a whole lot of comments. But we did take comments from that public, or that webinar too, to help have the rule set that we have today.
Yeah, thank you for all that diligence, because the final product is much easier to understand